Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. I'm going to demonstrate how to make this Christmas wreath applique pattern. Now this is a 12-inch size, so if you're going to make a large one like this, you need a fat quarter, or if you're going to make a smaller one like on my apron, all you need is a fat quarter. Okay, let's get started. No matter what size wreath you want to make, the process is exactly the same no matter what size. So you need to make sure you take some paper that is larger than the finished size of your wreath. For instance, this small one, I need a piece of paper that's about 9 inches square. So you're just going to take it and fold it in half. Make sure your edges are together. And then you're going to fold it in half one more time. You want to make sure all of your folds are really smooth and make sure your folds are together. Now, because I want an 8-inch size pattern like on my apron, I'm going to draw a circle first. So whatever size you want, you're going to divide it in half. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to place it, the 4-inch line, right up here on the fold. And then I'm just going to place little marks along the way. And I'm going to turn it a little bit, keeping that 4-inch mark on the corner up there, and put a mark. You're just going to keep doing that all the way around until you see that you have this circle, or I should say a quarter circle. Now you're going to go ahead and cut it out. You can either use a rotary cutter or scissors and just cut it out. So after you have it cut out, now you want to take this edge and bring it over to here. Try to keep your folded lines together. And you're just going to bring it up there like that and press a crease. Now, if you're making the larger wreath like you saw on the pillow, you would need to fold it one more time. But if you're making the smaller one, all you need to do is just fold it this one time. Then take a circle, and this is about a 2-inch diameter circle, and I'm just going to draw halfway around it on both sides here. And then I'm just going to kind of go straight down till I hit the edge here. Now turn it, and you're going to take a smaller circle and place it here. And I have about 1 inch of space here. On the larger one, it'll be more than that. And again, draw a half circle. Okay, and bring it towards the folded edges. Then you're going to take scissors or a small rotary cutter like this and cut on both curved lines. When you're done, it will look like this. Now it's going to be not laying very flat. So take a dry, warm iron, and all you have to do is go across it once, and it will lay a lot flatter. Now take some paper and fold it in half and press it on the fold line. You're going to draw a 3-inch square. So just place it there and draw around it and then connect it this way. So you have this 3-inch square. Now you want to go over 1 inch from each side of your outside line and draw a line. And the same thing over here and draw a line. Then connect the two. So you have this rectangular shape. It's a 1/2 inch this way and 1 inch this way. Then take your ruler and place it on this corner and this corner and draw a line. And do the same thing here, connect it, and draw a line. Take something small and round and place it up in the corner like that, and then draw a curved line. and go over to the other corner and draw a curved line. Now I want to draw some curved lines over here to make this area look like it's a knot in the bow. So you can either freehand draw or just take something round like I've got here and trace around it, and on each side you're going to draw a curved line. Then you're going to take scissors and cut around this shape. And this is how you draw your bow. Now the bow I demonstrated how to make is the larger bow. If you want the size of that's on my apron, there is a link listed below your YouTube screen, and it's a small applique project, and you'll see that link listed down there. So scroll down to the description section, click on Show More or the down arrow, and it will explain in detail how to make the smaller set. So here's my two pieces. So now I'm going to show you how to put it on the fusible web. This is the fusible web that I'm using, but you can use any fusible web that you like. It doesn't have to be this one. But this one's made by Pellon, Light Easy Steam 2, and it's two-sided fusible web. So for this project, you want two-sided. And then on the back, it has very detailed instructions on how to fuse it to your fabric. So if you forget the steps from the tutorial, just look at your package. Here's a piece of the fusible web. The sheets are 9 inches by 12 inches. And what it has is it has blue grid lines on one side. Some brands have yellow grid lines. And on the back is plain paper. And in between these two layers of paper is a very thin layer of glue. So what you want to do is take your pattern that you just drew and trace onto the blue grid line side of your applique paper. Then you want to cut it out, but don't cut on your drawn lines. Cut about 1/4 inch away from all of it, and you do the wreath the same way. Now here's the fabric that I'm going to use, and this is the pretty side. Front side, right side of the fabric. So to put your fusible web on, you need to turn it over to where the back side is showing the not so pretty side. Now here is my blue grid line paper. Turn it over, and you want to remove the paper on the back, and as you're lifting it up, you want to make sure that the glue is on the blue grid line paper, and it'll feel tacky. And then pull it off. Then place it on the back side of your fabric. Then finger press it down. And then take scissors or a small rotary cutter and cut right on your drawn lines. Now remember, to get the wreath, you draw it on your fusible webbing just like you did this little bow. Now when you go to place it down on your background fabric, you're going to put it on the pretty side, front side, right side of your background fabric. And mine is very sparkly, so it's real easy to see that it's the pretty side. So you're going to remove the paper off of the back, the blue grid line paper, of both your pieces. And if you have a hard time getting it to come off, just take a straight pin and tear the paper a little bit, bend it, and an edge will pop up. Make sure the glue is sticking to the fabric and bring it off. Now, you want to gently set down your pieces, and if it's not centered, this is the key, if it's not centered, it's easy to lift it and shift it around. So you want to take a ruler and measure to make sure you have about the same amount of fabric on each side. Then once it's down, you want to go ahead and finger press it. Now the bow, you can place the bow anywhere you want it. I'm just placing it up here in the center, and once you have it where you want it, again, finger press it down. Now it's ready to be fused. To fuse it permanently to your background fabric, Your instructions are probably going to tell you you need a damp cloth. You can go to your sink and just put some water on it, soak it through, or I keep a spray bottle of water at my ironing board. So you take your cloth, it can be already pre-dampened, or you can take your spray bottle and dampen it around. Then you take a hot iron with steam. Now I'm on my cutting mat, so this iron is not hot. In fact, it doesn't even have a cord attached. It's just for demonstration. So you would take the hot iron with steam, set it down, give it a burst of steam, hold it 10 to 15 seconds, then lift and move it again, repeating the process until it is all fused on. Now you need to decide what applique stitches on your sewing machine you would like to use. If you don't know if you have applique stitches, if you have a computerized sewing machine, you probably have 2 or 3, maybe even more. Refer to your user's manual and it will tell you in there which ones are your applique stitches. Here are just a few of some of the ones that I have. So here's a narrow applique stitch, or excuse me, satin stitch, a medium width, and then a wide width. And then here are some others. If you have an older machine, a mechanical machine that you've had for many, many years, hopefully you have a zigzag stitch. You can always take your zigzag stitch and tighten it up and even make it wider. Now there is a stitching order that I recommend you do. You always start at the piece of fabric that is the farthest back. So in other words, the wreath is behind the bow. So you're going to do the wreath first. So start up here and then go around and end up here. Then go do your outer edge, go all the way around. Now let's take a closer look at the bow. Then the next area would be right here in the center where this would normally be where the bow is knotted together. So you want to highlight that area and stitch here. Then go around the outer edge of the bow. Because my fabric had a lot of metallic on the wreath fabric, and glitter on the red bow and glitter on the background fabric, I used metallic thread. I don't recommend you use metallic thread if you are a beginner. It takes special needles, make sure you have a good quality thread, and it needs a separate thread stand that will help feed that thread through your machine easier. So if you're experienced at sewing and you know already how to use metallic thread, go for it. Otherwise, your regular embroidery thread will still look beautiful on this wreath pattern. Now this is the smaller 8-inch size. Remember, I do have a link listed below your YouTube screen, instructions on how to do this one. I just wanted to show you something really quick that you might be interested in learning how to do, and that is cross stitch. I do enjoy it myself. I find it very, very relaxing. I have cross stitch tips that come out once or twice a month, and I show you how to do certain stitches. I'll take you from the very basic stitch up to some more advanced stitches. I also give you suggestions on how to complete a cross stitch design. For instance, these are little tiny Christmas pillows that you can use either sitting in a basket like this, or you can even hang them as ornaments on your tree. So if you're interested in learning cross stitch, or maybe you haven't done it for quite a while, maybe you want to catch up and check out my cross stitch list of cross stitch tips. Again, that link will be listed below your YouTube screen. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you learned something new. Now, if you want to learn how to do other applique projects, there'll also be more links listed below your YouTube screen on those. So you may want to go and check all that out. Now, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl. This is Manny. See you next time.